Long before BTS conquered stadiums and made Billboard history, there was a quiet, almost cinematic moment. A college student from Konkuk University, majoring in acting, walking down the street, only to be spotted by a casting team from Big Hit Entertainment. That student was Seokjin. And while the world would later label him as the worldwide handsome, the man who saw beyond the surface, before the hair dye, the choreography, and the global fame, was Si Hyuk. At the time, Jin had no formal music training, no dance experience, no idol background. In fact, many questioned why Big Hit would sign him at all. But Si Hyuk had one of those instincts that make or break empires. He wasn't looking for perfection, he was looking for presence, for a spark. And in Jin, he found exactly that. While the public eye was busy focusing on Jin's visuals, Si Hyuk was busy shaping his mindset. He reportedly praised Jin's work ethic even when it meant staying late at the practice room, repeating a dance move hundreds of times just to match his younger members. He noticed the emotional intelligence, the way Jin quietly took care of others without asking for credit, the way he naturally stepped up as the emotional eldest, even if the world overlooked him, and perhaps most telling, Si Hyuk never hesitated to push Jin into leadership-like moments, not in titles but in trust. During group discussions, Bang would often ask for Jin's input last. Not because he forgot him, but because he knew Jin had spent the entire conversation reading the room, and when he spoke, it meant something that in an industry obsessed with rapid success, Si Hyuk played the long game with Jin. He didn't rush his spotlight. He nurtured it. And in doing so, he gave BTS one of its most stable emotional anchors. Jin may have started as the actor who couldn't sing, but under Si Hyuk's guidance, he became something far more impactful. The heart that holds everything together. And Bang PD? He always knew. While Jin was busy mastering choreography and vocal training behind the scenes, Si Hyuk was quietly building a foundation around him, not just for performance, but for leadership, resilience, and authenticity. He understood early on that Jin's strengths weren't loud. They weren't flashy. They were the kind that crept up on you slowly. The warmth, the humor, the unfailing loyalty, and stayed long after the stage lights faded. It's not often talked about, but Si Hyuk once told staff members that Jin reminded him of the kind of person who makes a group feel like a family. That's not something you learn at Idol Boot Camp. That's who Jin was. And Bang saw that. He knew that when you put 7 young men into a pressure cooker of fame, you don't just need skill. You need someone who will make sure they laugh when everything gets too heavy. Someone who pulls them out of their heads. Someone who shows up with dad jokes and Mario impressions when the weight of the world is crushing them. It was Si Hyuk's belief in Jin that allowed him to find his own rhythm. He didn't force him to lead or change who he was. He gave Jin room to grow. He gave him trust. And that trust paid off, not just in Jin's eventual vocal power and magnetic stage presence, but in the way Jin became an emotional compass for the group. Now, years later, when Jin steps on stage solo, like in his recent arena tours, he carries all of that investment with him. The poise, the humor, the heart. You're not just watching a K-pop star. You're watching the result of a quiet promise made between an artist and the man who believed in him first. Si Hyuk never needed Jin to be anyone else. He just needed Jin to be Jin. And that may be one of the smartest decisions he's ever made. Long before stadiums screamed his name, before armies lit up the skies in purple, and before Worldwide Handsome became both a meme and a legacy, Si Hyuk saw something in Jin that no algorithm or focus group could predict. He didn't just see a trainee with potential. He saw a person who could balance a group destined to shatter norms. Not with thunderous vocals alone, but with presence, with heart, with an energy that didn't scream for attention, but made people feel seen. That's the thing about Jin. He was never the loudest in the room, but he had the rare ability to make everyone in the room feel like they mattered. Bang saw that. He saw that charisma isn't just about flashy moves or perfect lines. It's about the way someone walks into chaos and makes it feel like calm. And Jin? He was calm wrapped in mischief, humility laced with mischief, elegance dipped in Mario sound effects, a paradox with a soft laugh. While the rest of the industry chased trends and perfected formulas, Si Hyuk took a gamble on sincerity. He placed his bet on someone who looked like a prince but acted like your hilarious college roommate. Someone who didn't just want to be famous, but wanted to make the people around him better, stronger, happier. That's why today, when Jin stands alone on stage, waving to thousands like he's known each of them personally since middle school, it doesn't feel like a performance. It feels like a reunion. That warmth, that ease, That's not just stage presence. That's what happens when someone grows in a space built on trust. Si Hyuk didn't just create a star. He nurtured a legacy, one built not on explosive scandals or viral gimmicks, but on laughter, loyalty, and a quiet, powerful heart. And honestly, that might be the most rockstar thing about Jin. Si Hyuk's pride in Jin didn't stop at discovering him. It deepened over the years, as Jin proved time and time again that kindness can coexist with global superstardom. Jin was never molded into a product. He was allowed to be a person, flawed, hilarious, sometimes unexpectedly savage, but always real. And in an industry obsessed with perfection, being real is the bravest thing an idol can be. During BTS's most overwhelming years, Jin became an anchor not just for the group, but for the fans too. When the world expected drama, he delivered dad jokes. When exhaustion loomed, he pulled out another silly face. And when stage lights dimmed, he never forgot who he was off stage. The guy who would spend a live broadcast peeling fruit for the members or fixing someone else's mic without a second thought. Si Hyuk didn't just admire Jin's talent, he admired his discipline. Behind Jin's goofy exterior was someone who trained relentlessly, who pushed himself vocally and emotionally, who studied acting just to bring more to the group's storytelling. He didn't just want to sing a verse, he wanted to understand it, embody it, and deliver it in a way that moved people. That's a leader in disguise, and if Jin is the heart of BTS, Si Hyuk is the heartbeat behind the scenes that kept trusting him to grow, not into someone else, but into a bigger version of himself. A version that could sell out arenas and make someone in the very last row feel like he was waving just at them. That kind of artist doesn't just happen. He's shaped by belief. And Si Hyuk's belief in Jin wasn't just correct, it was revolutionary. When sees Jin headline shows, comfort fans, or lead with that quiet charisma, it's not just pride he feels, it's confirmation that the world did need someone like Jin. And thanks to that one decision, we all got him. Not just as an idol, but as a reminder that sincerity still wins, and the emotional ripple effects of Si Hyuk's decision to trust Jin are felt far beyond the confines of a concert hall. When Jin stands on stage, smiling like he's greeting a childhood friend instead of 20,000 screaming fans, it's more than just fan service. It's a reflection of the deep-rooted connection he's spent over a decade building. He doesn't just entertain ARMY. He sees them, he feels them, and he makes them feel seen right back. This is why no matter how extravagant the stage, how explosive the fireworks, or how polished the vocals, it's the moments that stay with fans. The way Jin bends down to speak directly to a crying fan. The way he remembers inside jokes from years ago. The way he'll pause a concert just to tell everyone to drink water. That's not scripted. That's just Jin, the person Si Hyuk always believed the world needed. It's almost ironic. In a world where many companies manufacture perfect idols, Bang chose to believe in someone imperfectly human. Someone who wears his heart on his sleeve, and sometimes literally on his pink RJ pajamas. Someone who didn't start off with decades of dance training but outshined the best simply by being genuine. And that's a gamble that paid off beyond anyone's wildest expectations, because now, we don't just have an artist who sells out stadiums. We have a human being who heals people with humor, surprises them with depth, and inspires them to be kinder, just because he is. Jin is the kind of person who makes even cynics believe that fame doesn't have to corrupt, that softness isn't weakness, and that the biggest stage can belong to the most humble soul. And if there's one person who knew this long before the world caught up, it was Si Hyuk. That's all for today. I'll be making similar videos in the future. Subscribe to see them.